Welcome to Unleashed. It's Star Wars Celebration Week, and joining me right now is the guy who will be going to Star Wars Celebration Chicago, the only person that will be at Star Wars Celebration Chicago. His name is Andrew Fantasia. He has a YouTube channel called the Andrew Fantasia YouTube channel. He's also here at the Rebel Scum podcast channel where he gets to talk about Star Wars. Andrew, what up?
Hey, I'm using Skype on my phone for the first time, so please forgive how crude this looks. There are two things, James, that my body was never meant for, and they are swimming in open water and selfies. So
Fair enough.
Forgive the crudity of how my footage looks.
Fair enough. For everybody that wants to know why we're doing it this way and not the way we were doing it the last little while where it looks nice and clean is because this is basically a test run for what's going to happen in Chicago, and Andrew is learning the hard way on the fly how to do a YouTube video. That's what this is, because in the next celebration when we submit footage to show how we cover things, we don't want it to look like amateur hour. Andrew, you're cutting yourself off on your left side. If you could please center up, that'd be great. Joking.
There we go. Speaking of amateur hour.
Anyway, we're gonna have fun today. Like I said, this is a test run for Celebration. Andrew is excited for Celebration, but we're going to get into that in another video, another topic closer to Celebration. We might even do that when he's in Chicago, hopefully sitting down on a couch, just shooting himself like this for 2 hours. That'd be fantastic. But let's talk about a topic that has really split the fan base in more ways than one. And I don't even think I've done a full video with you on this topic. And that's Reylo.
I think you're right. I don't think we've ever really gone in depth with it, at least not you and I. I think you did something with Josh, because I know Josh is all up in the Reylo's grill, so I think you guys did something together. But
yeah, we've done a few.
I've never really dived into Reylo.
Josh and I have done a few on Reylo, and after The Last Jedi, he called me and he said, "What?" He goes, "Dude, was that Reylo? That was Reylo, right? I'm pretty sure that was Reylo." So he was very excited about that. So before we get into anything, there's going to be a lot of people right now watching who are very much on board with Reylo, and a lot of people watching who are probably bashing everything about it in the comments. But where do you stand before we get into the full conversation about what we're going to, like the full topic of what we're going to talk about in terms of Reylo? Where do you stand on Reylo, and where do you stand on it today versus 2 years ago, 3 years ago after The Force Awakens?
Oh boy. My opinions on Reylo have always been so boring. Like I'm so blasé when it comes to Reylo. Like I don't care either way. I think that their relationship is just like they tried. We've seen them try and it wasn't working, and that's it now. Like it's over. I think that the whole closing of the Falcon door at the end of Last Jedi is supposed to be indicative of that. Like, hey, you had your chance, Ben. We could add something, but you had to go and try to kill your uncle and be a jerk and not cut your hair. So I'm just going to run off with the Resistance and do my own thing. And I don't know, this X-Wing pilot looks like a handsome dude. Maybe I'll hook up with him and send you selfies and make you super jealous. Oh! And that's where I think Episode 9 is going to pick up. It's going to be Kylo surfing the web, and he's going to be on his Facebook, and he's going to see a selfie with Rey and Poe. He's going to get very upset.
Side Akbar. Never tell me the odds, Side Akbar. This is a twofer. Side Akbar, never tell me the odds. Kylo Ren getting a haircut at the very end of Episode 9.
At the very end, I'm going to say 2%, but at some point in Episode 9, you know what? Let's go with 51%.
Wow, interesting. All right, let's get back onto it. So this is coming from, there's new word coming out. There's a bunch of stuff coming out about Episode 9. And guess what? In a few days, there'll be even more stuff coming out about Star Wars Episode 9, The Phantom Awakens. What I'm thinking is it's going to have no title, and it will just be called Star Wars Yellow Font. That'll fit into, if you haven't seen that video by Andrew, go watch that video by Andrew. That's a shameless plug because it's cool and you guys should watch it. Anyway, so Jedi Paxis is a Redditor. I'm not on Reddit. I don't know if you're on Reddit, but I've tried to do the Reddit thing, and I'm just so I have no idea what it is. It just baffles my mind. But anyway, this guy Jedi or a girl Jedi Paxis, I believe is the name. I could be completely wrong in pronouncing that. Andrew, you're creeping very close to the camera, and your head is being caught. You need to like push back a little.
Oh, sorry.
You're like William Shatner in Third Rock from the Sun. It's just like you're just coming at me like the firework globe at Epcot, just like slowly. Anyway, Jedi Paxis is saying that apparently in Episode 9 it picks up right where the other two have left off, where Kylo is very, very much stuck in the middle of dark side and light side. He's conflicted on both fronts, but he's mostly conflicted with his feelings regarding Rey. And the word that is used to describe this conflict within him is love. What do you think of that?
I think, well, first of all, these Reddit things, man, I don't know. I don't know about these people. They're just kind of, I think they're like us, and they're hungry. They're hungry for info. So I think they're just making stuff up to fill the gap. In terms of him loving Rey, I think it'd be interesting if he thought he did, but I don't think he really could. I don't think he's capable of that. I think he's just too crazy right now.
See, I gotta stop you there. I gotta stop.
He loved Rey, and he's like, "Oh, but I totally love you," and she's like, "No, you're a psycho."
I gotta stop you. I think Reylo aside, ship name or whatnot, I think he actually does love Rey. To what degree, I don't know. Whether it's romantic love or just friendship love or familial love. He loves her, and there's some aspect of him that loves her, and that's what keeps bringing them together and driving him to her. And he kind of has this deep understanding with her. So I think I'm going to disagree with the Andrew Fantasia, who's never wrong unless it comes to Star Wars trivia. And I'm going to say, on some level, maybe not the hardcore. He has some kind of love for Rey. And the only other person I think is in his entire life that he has actually loved is his mother. I don't think, because remember what he says about Han, how like, he'll only disappoint you. That's my Kylo Ren. I think he's like, you think he's a father, he'll disappoint you, or whatever. And then Luke, he thinks whether or not it happened, he thinks Luke, his uncle Luke, tried to kill him. But when it came time for him to kill his mother, he put his hand off the trigger, and he was never able to kill Rey or take out Rey. And part of that could be because there's something about Rey that he associates with his mother, and that could be the word love, which he's not used to at all.
And when he's also not used to people trying to connect with him on a personal level.
True.
He's used to the First Order, hating and fearing him and just sort of bowing and scraping to his every whim. So I don't think he's used to somebody who just kind of talks to him one-on-one and is like, Ben, stop this. Let's talk like humans. He's used to just being behind a mask talking to stormtroopers. So he probably felt something there too when he's like, wow, this girl's actually looking at me. She's actually noticing me. So I think that he has that feeling. He's got like this whole sort of, he's coming out of his shell with her, and that sparks something, whether it's love or just the unfamiliar. It sparks something in him, and he's like, oh, this is different. And I think now in the year that passes between episodes 8 and 9, he's back just being a First Order kind of guy. So he has spent a year not feeling that feeling. So when he sees Rey again, he might be like, oh, there's that feeling again. So I think we might get something like that. But I don't think he's going to be like, take my hand, I love you so much, let's read some Nicholas Sparks novels together. Like, I don't think that's going to be his Avengers Endgame, if you will, when it comes to Rey. I don't think he's going to be like, yo, girl, just come on by Netflix and chill. I think he's more like, he's more curious about her. She piques his curiosity.
Do you think that the connection between Kylo and Rey is the end game for the Skywalker saga to some degree? And could Rey cause reverse Anakin on Kylo?
Reverse Anakin? How so?
Anakin, but in reverse. Anakin turns to the dark side because of love. Could Kylo turn to the light side because of love?
Well, I don't see that being a reverse of Anakin myself. I see that being a sort of like a a repeat of Anakin, just different, because Anakin did turn back to the good side because of
that's
love.
the thing. So maybe at the very end, Kylo
for
comes and
kid.
just like starts like killing everybody. Like, I just want Kylo to kill everybody
with that exact noise and everything.
That's the noise that he would make. Liar! Or traitor, whatever he calls it. I don't know.
I think he's not. I don't think we should expect Kylo to feel what we would feel. I think whatever he's going to be going through emotionally is going to be somebody who's just not emotionally stable anymore. He's going to be a crazy person, and he might feel love and whatever, but it is the love of a crazy person. It is like Jeffrey Dahmer, like, I love you, so be with me, or I'll cut my name into your forehead. I think it's going to be that kind of love if it's anything.
Interesting. I'm really torn on the whole thing, because I totally buy into Reylo, calling it Reylo, but just, I buy into the love that those two have, but I also see it as, at this point, it might be too obvious. Now, when The Force Awakens came out, I didn't see it right away. Some people had to point it out to me and be like, they are in love, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then, when they say it, you're like, okay. And then The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson even goes as far to say as that hand-touching scene is as close to sex as Star Wars is going to get. So obviously they have to be brother and sister.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They have to be. If this is following a George Lucas formula, they have to have their makeout sesh, and then they have to be related.
I just don't see it. I don't see them having anything. I don't see... because if Rey starts a romance with Kylo, if she decides, I want to be with Kylo Ren, that's going to start a whole wave of trouble with the Resistance. They're going to be like, Rey, what is wrong with you? That man be cray. And there's not enough... If we were in like movie 1 or movie 2, maybe, but we're at the end of a trilogy. We got to go, wrap it up. That starts too many new things.
Yeah, but...
Unless, like I said, unless J.J. Abrams is making a 4-hour-long movie, which I'm perfectly okay with happening, I welcome that. But I don't think he is. So I feel like it's going to stay along the path where it's not going to deviate too much.
Okay, but here's a question for you then. What is the conflict in episode 9? Right now we don't know what the conflict is, so why can't that be the conflict?
Yeah. I have no idea what it could be, and that's what I like about episode 9 is how it's so could be anything. There's talk of the conflict being around a MacGuffin, something that's like, this will win us the war or lose us the war, depending who gets to it first. I'd imagine it's got to be something like that. It's got to be like, if the war's been going on for a year, then episode 9 is D-Day, and it's just like, who storms the beaches faster and comes out on top.
I'm absolutely ready for an all-out war in Star Wars, and I hope that war is brought to us by love. Because I said this on today's episode of 1313, the exclusive Patreon show that I do every day, Monday to Friday. I said this, Andrew Fantasia, and this is one of the greatest quotes because of what it says. And it is from Sam Raimi's original Spider-Man film. And it is Peter Parker. And he says, this story, like any story worth telling, is about a girl. Kylo Ren also said that in episode 9. That's how it starts. Da-da-da-da, and then it's in the crawl. It's like, this story, like any story, is we're telling is about a girl, and that girl is Jaina or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it yet. We'll find out on Friday, hopefully. And she looks like a badass. Zori looks cool, but I want to see because Jaina, she looks like she grew up on Endor with Ewoks, and that is what I want to know more about, and that's what I want to see Star Wars. And she is gonna have a love story with Kylo, and they're gonna be Canna or Jilo. J-Lo.
Well, I like Jilo. No, it's all working up to this.
That was the whole point of this video, was to get the J-Lo.
Is like... Yeah, I want some of that bow and arrow goodness on my shelf. I want a Jaina up here somewhere with that bow and arrow, because that was a classy picture, man.
Look at that. Did you see this?
Oh, I can't. No, it's off camera.
Well, yeah, because your camera is different from their camera.
What is that? Yeah, is that Salacious Crumb?
It is. Yeah.
Oh,
I got him. He's probably the second best Star
cool.
Wars character of all time. Second best. Second best. All right, Andrew, thanks for joining me today. You're going to pack. We're going to do one more video right before you leave for Celebration. Then we'll do one on the airplane, off the airplane. Every second of your day will be consumed by this channel. You do not get to enjoy your life until you're back from Chicago. That sounds good to me.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, thanks so much for watching. And as always,
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, thanks. And may the force of others be with you.
Always.
Hey scumbags, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on our video. As always, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rebel Scum Podcast, for all the latest videos.